communicate to me? Am I paying attention? What is my capacity of acceptance? Do I see myself in the eyes of all reflections, everything that presents itself, everyone that presents themselves to me? Do I acknowledge the beauty? Do I see error? Do I find mistakes? Do I feel as if this is a coincidence? What do you see, beloved? Are you paying attention? In truth, this is a conversation with yourself. God is always presenting you with everything that you're supposed to see right now, everything that you're supposed to feel. Once again, there's no mistakes. There's nothing insignificant about this moment. There's no extra parts when it comes to infinite intelligence. There's only more and more of your own beauty, more and more of your own feedback, more of the catalyst to assist you in refinement, of acknowledgement, the opportunities to accept yourself amongst your brothers and sisters, no matter, once again, a capacity of development they're in. Do you have the capacity to observe and accept yourself? Do you see the beauty, or do you find error? Do you find error in yourself? Do you find something wrong with this now moment? Out of alignment? Or is there unconditional love? Is there observation? Is there this innocent willingness to accept that which is presenting itself? Your maturity is always going to be at the foundation of your sense of openness to that which you see in the mirror. That is what it is. It is a mirror. You have the capacity to accept yourself, to observe. Beyond the idea of judgment, right and wrong, there's only presence. There's unconditional love. There's an observation. As mature souls, you've played all the roles that you've had the opportunity to experience here on earth. You've sat in every one of the seats when it comes to those around you. You've been that person, regardless of how they, what feelings they may stimulate. You've been that person before. You've been that aspect of existence. You wouldn't have the spiritual maturity to be here in this now moment if you didn't play that role at one juncture of your journey or another. You wouldn't have the capacity to accept. You wouldn't have the capacity to see, to be open to that level of unconditional love and acceptance. You wouldn't. It requires that level of spiritual maturity to be open, to be present. We've talked about this before. Once again, the ego mind, like, oh, I don't know this dude. He's just talking. Right? He never met me before. I don't trust him, right? But once again, you're experiencing reflections yourself. That is the divine truth. You're experiencing yourself. All that you observe is a reflection of who you are. Do you have the capacity of unconditional love to accept yourself? There's an internal compass that gives you this sense of confidence in being open to the expressions of others. You can sit here and, maybe he's trying to trick us and all of this alien stuff and the angels and what have you, right? We can do that. Once again, the ego mind identity, it will do that all day. I don't be just going on Facebook and listening to people. You don't know if they're trying to trick you or give you some programs or what have you, right? This is the path of self-realization. How deep is your love? How much do you trust yourself? It has nothing to do with what's being said from this vehicle. Do you trust yourself? It has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust what you feel? That's the nature of resonance. I don't need to cross-reference or look up to see if what you said was right or not. Either I'm going to resonate with what's being said or I'm not. Nobody's forcing you to be here. There's no, once again, hundreds of thousands of people co-signing what's being said. There's only your own knowing, your own sense of balance, your own level of maturity, sensitivity in which to trust yourself and truth. When it comes to this path of self-realization, you're always dealing with the most sensitive souls on this plane of existence. Indeed, the most sensitive souls on this plane of existence. So of course, being that you're so sensitive and intuitive, you recognize what resonates with you and what does not. Where you don't need anyone to co-sign or proof from other people or outside of yourself to recognize what feels aligned for you internally. It's an internal process. You are the creator. There's no one here to tell you what to do. Absolutely, Frank. In essence, hearing yourself speak, hearing the articulations of your own resonant ideas and things that you've considered over time. Yeah, I feel that. I've heard that conversation within myself before. It's the nature of resonance. Yeah, I resonate with this guy. We on the same wavelength. We heard that term before. It's not about me, beloved. The heart speaks. The heart acknowledges the divine truth without the need or codependency on proof or consensus. Lots of people on the live and everybody's kind of agreeing with what's being said. And once again, beyond the idea of agreement, there's nothing here for you to agree with. Once again, a mind activity. Once again, agreement, consensus. There's nothing here for you to agree or disagree with. You either resonate or you don't. In layman's terms, you either feeling it or you're not. Once again, you're either feeling it or you're not. There's no need for outer attention. I'm not trying to be your spiritual teacher or get as many people on the live as possible and what have you. I'm not looking for popularity or asking for donations. Attempting to start a church. This is about your own healing, about your own recognition of who you are as a creator. Self-realization is the path. This is about self-realization, acknowledgement of your own core essence, your own principles, your own refinement, your own resonance as a being, your vibration of being. And once again, We find ourselves in this space of gratitude and recognizing life as a gift, as an opportunity to experience more and more of our own love. Effortless is the nature of acceptance. It takes great strength to accept yourself. Thank you, Lord. Personal responsibility. How do I feel? Am I in alignment with my own integrity? Based on how I feel, the direction I want to go, what I desire to create in this dimension. Let us be in this space and acknowledge the great wealth of beauty and confidence in trusting ourselves. It takes great confidence to trust yourself. Many of you may not even be aware of how confident you are. Confidence isn't necessarily standing on stage in front of a bunch of people talking. It's in your ability to trust yourself, to acknowledge how you feel. To be walking down the street with 1,000 people, right, going this direction, and out of all of those people, you decide to stop and say, "Hey, everybody, maybe we're going in the wrong direction," and walk the other way. Yeah, you might get booed. People like, there you go with this stuff again. What are you doing? Like, are you willing to be receptive to that resistance, to the criticism amongst your brothers and sisters, and still have the confidence to trust yourself? But there you go with all this conspiracy stuff. He talk about aliens and why don't you just come this way? Stop tripping. You always do you have the confidence to trust yourself and continue to walk your own path? To trust yourself. To trust yourself is so underrated. One of the greatest qualities of leadership, to trust yourself. Write this down. Write this down. If you're going to take anything away from this live, write this down. To trust yourself is to trust God.